Hello, partnering with the Baltimore County Department of Aging. This is Chair Yoga with Brooke. My name is Brooke Mulholland, and joining us today to demonstrate our poses is my mother, Joyce. Let's go ahead and get started. All we need for our class today is a sturdy kitchen chair and a little bit of water for hydration. So coming into our practice, let's just take a moment and move around on our sitting bones. We're looking for some grounding here. So start to feel the connection between the tailbone and the chair, and then take a moment, wiggle the toes a little, and start to feel our connection between the bottoms of our feet and the earth below us. Let's take a big shoulder roll around to the back. Inhale deeply, and then as we exhale, drop the shoulders low away from the ears. Feel like our shoulder blades are gliding down our back. And I invite you to gently close your eyes, beginning to come into our practice. Sealing our lips, let's take our inhales and exhales through the nose. It's going to bring a little more warming into the body. Begin to feel like there's a little string pulling the crown of the head up toward the sky. We feel length in the spine. We begin to feel our heart center opening. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly and chest as we inhale deeply and exhale fully. Just feel like that air is washing over us. And this is where we come into our practice. So taking any to-do lists or things coming in our day or week, and just finding that quiet spot in the corners of our minds, tucking them away, giving ourselves permission to be present here for the next 30 minutes and to honor our minds and bodies. Let's take 2 more deep breaths right here, using that exhale to let tension slip out of the body. One more big inhale. And on our exhale, let's extend our fingertips down to the side, shining our palms forward as we reach for the floor. On our inhale, we'll begin to sweep our arms up overhead, looking toward the fingertips. And then on our exhale, we flip the palms out and bring the palms back down toward the ground. Inhaling as we lift up, eye gaze to the sky. And then as we exhale, taking the eye gaze down toward the toes, like we're making big snow angels here. Inhaling and exhaling, thinking about one breath, one movement. This time, as we lift up, let's begin to energize through the fingertips. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, take it back down. As we reach overhead, keep the shoulders dropped low away from the ears, and begin to connect through our abdominal muscles, belly button pulled in and up. Let's go ahead and drop those hands down. We're going to bring our left hand to the side of our chair. We're going to reach up tall with our right fingertips. Inhale as we look up, and then exhale a little curve over to the side. Let's inhale on up, place those fingertips on our chair, and we're going to extend the other hand overhead. Inhale, and then exhale a little C curve over. Find space between the hips and ribs. Inhale back up. Let's switch back to the other side. Inhale and then exhale as we hinge over, our tailbone staying intact with the chair. Inhale and exhale, switch sides. We'll go ahead and come on back to center, and we're going to plant our hands down in our lap. We're going to roll our shoulders up and around to the back. We all tend to carry a lot of tension in our neck and shoulder area, so just let that tension start to work itself out. As the shoulders move around to the back, we start to feel the shoulder blades gliding down as if we're trying to tuck them in our back pockets, opening through the chest, breathing deeply, just letting that tension slip away. One more big shoulder roll around to the back. We're going to leave our hands in our laps. Let's get a little bit of space in our necks today. So let's take an inhale, our eye gazes forward. On our exhale, we're going to bring our chin down toward the chest. Our shoulders stay dropped low, and we feel that stretch extend from the base of the skull all the way down the back of the neck. Use the exhale to sink the chin a little closer to the chest. Breathe deeply. On our next inhale, let's gently lift our chin and eye gaze up toward the sky. Once we're up there, let's put a smile on our faces. Feel a little tension in the cheeks and a little deeper stretch underneath the jawline. Inhale. And then as we exhale, once again, let's bring the chin down toward the chest. Maybe we notice this time that it gets a little bit closer. Enjoy the space in the back of the neck. And on our inhale, one more time, lift the eye gaze and chin up toward the sky. Put that smile on our faces. Invite the joy in. Inhale. And as we exhale, we'll bring our chin back to parallel. On our next inhale, let's take our eye gaze over our right shoulder, turning to the side. As we exhale, we'll slowly move around, taking the eye gaze the other direction. Inhale, turn to the right, and exhale back to the left. Feeling that mobility coming into the side of the neck. With each turn, maybe we can take the eye gaze back just a little bit further behind us. And let's turn one more time each side, looking over the right shoulder, and then exhaling as we turn to the left. We'll go ahead and bring the head back to center. We're going to bring our right fingertips up onto our shoulder. We're going to go ahead and keep that shoulder dropped low. We call this our finger lock. Our eye gaze is forward. Inhale. And then as we exhale, let's drop the ear down toward those fingertips. We begin to feel that extension down the side of the neck. Big inhale. And then as we exhale, reach the opposite fingertips all the way down to the floor. So we're creating dynamic tension here from that left earlobe all the way down to the left fingertips. Breathe deeply. As we exhale, we'll bring the head back up to center. We're going to swap out the hands. We bring the other fingers up for our finger lock. Inhale, center. And then as we exhale, drop the ear down toward the shoulder. Feel that big stretch start to extend down the side of the neck, across the top of the shoulder. Let's take a deep inhale. And then that arm that's at our side, reach it down to the floor. Create that dynamic tension. Big stretch, big release through the side of the neck. One more breath here. And then we'll go ahead, bring it on back up to center. One big shoulder roll around to the back. We're going to come into our seated hula hoop so our hands stay planted on our lap. And we're going to move from our tailbone through the crown of the head as one unit. Let's just begin to rotate around. Moving either direction, it does not matter. We're going to go both. So as we come to the front, we feel our feet press down into the ground. As we swing around to the back, we start to feel those abdominals engaging. Our hands are light in our laps, just little kickstands. Moving around with our breath. Thinking about a hula hoop around our shoulders, and we're trying to touch all points of that circle. Let's pause here, and now we'll switch directions, moving around the other way. We get a little bonus here. We get a little bit of a glute massage as the tailbone moves around in our chair. Think about that belly button, pull it in and up. Coming back to center. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to just lightly encircle our waist. We're going to get a little bit of a twist through our spine. Elbows are out, big shoulder roll around to the back, open through the chest. Inhale, center, and as we exhale, we're going to turn to the right. Peeking over that back shoulder. Inhale, center, and we'll exhale, turn the other direction. Goes to the left. Inhale, back to center, and exhale, turn. We are moving from the lower rib. Inhale, center, and exhale, twist. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, center, exhale, turn, look over that right shoulder. And last time, inhale, center, and exhale, turn. We'll go ahead, come on back down to center, drop those arms down. We're going to take it to the lower body. So let's just begin to give our feet a little bit of a stomp here. We want to make sure that the bottoms of the feet, heels and balls of the feet, as well as those toes, are making impact. We have little capillaries in the bottoms of the feet. This helps wake up those lower extremities. We get a little bit of movement in the hips as well. We're going to plant the feet, and we're going to shift slightly back in our seats. We want to give ourselves a little bit more support for the upper thighs. So we're going to go ahead, extend our right leg up, flexing our toes back toward us, and we have a soft knee here, never locking our knee joints out. we're going to begin to point and flex that ankle. Let's go ahead and bring the wrists into it as well. So just make gentle fists and start to match the hands to the foot, moving forward and back. Now we're going to start to take that circle toward the outside, rotating through the joints. Once we get the ankle down, let's go ahead and let those wrists follow. And we'll pause here, and now we're going to switch directions, moving the toe toward the inside. And now we're going to point and flex. Let's float that foot back down to the floor. And we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So as this left leg comes up and we flex the toes back toward us, let's think about our midsection here, like we have a corset wrapped around, very tight, abdominals working, and our back is strong to support the spine. Let's take our fingers wide. We're going to start to point and flex. So just moving again through the ankle joint. And then let's take that toe toward the outside, rotating through the wrists. Our shoulder blades are back and down, and our chest is open here. Now let's pause and we'll switch directions. Maybe we hear a little snap, crackle, pop in those joints as we start to move today. We'll notice it gets a little quieter as we get toward the end of our class. And now let's point and flex. Bring that foot back down to the ground. And one more little stomp here with the bottoms of the feet. So we are going to get into our sun salutations. I invite you all to take a sip of water if you have it handy. And our sun salutations are a fabulous place to check in with our bodies. We have 4 sets of very similar moves that we'll move through, so you can notice the evolution of where we start and then where we are when we end our 4th time through. So really start to check in with the body and pay attention. We're about halfway up in our seats. Our knees are right in front of our hips and our toes are facing forward. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. On our exhale, we're going to find our cactus arms or our goalposts. So our elbows are wide, back of the arms parallel to the floor. We hinge slightly forward at the hips, looking down at the toes. Our spine is long. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, and then exhale, land the hands in our lap. Big shoulder roll around to the back. Let's inhale. As we exhale, we're going to come down into our forward fold. Allow the rib cage to rest on the thighs. Bringing our fingertips to the front of the shins, let's lift up into our up dog. We inhale, press the belly button forward, pull the shoulders back, and the eye gaze goes up. Inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to come forward. We're going to bring our right arm across our lap. We're going to go ahead and open our twist to the left. We have options here. We can reach those fingertips up toward the sky, or we can rest the hand on the thigh, using that as a lever to help us twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, and then as we exhale, let's come back to center. The other arm comes across the lap, and we open the twist in the other direction. If we are reaching those fingertips up to the sky, we want to pull that shoulder back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale back to center, and then come on back down into that forward fold. Let it all go. We're going to sweep the arms up as we press through the feet. Inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to find that beach ball of energy out in front. So a little bit of energy in those fingertips. Come up onto the balls of the feet. The heels lift. Lower belly engages. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Draw the arms back. Inhale. And as we exhale, lift the eye gaze. Hinge forward at the hips. It's like we're trying to give that ball away across the room. Strong belly, strong back. One more breath here. And on our exhale, we'll go ahead, come on back up, drop those hands, drop the heels, big exaggerated shoulder roll around to the back. Let's do number 2. I'm going to turn my chair sideways just to give you a little bit of a view of what's going on with our spinal alignment as we move through the same set of exercises. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, open wide in our cactus, hinge forward at the hips, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale, hands to the thighs, big shoulder roll around to the back. Inhale, exhale, come down into that forward fold. If we have any concerns about blood pressure, keeping our head elevated above our heart here. Fingertips to shins. Let's lift up into our up dog. We get to the top, the shoulders open, the heart center lifts, and we feel that little bow in the low back. Inhale, exhale, halfway over. Bring that arm across the lap. We're going to open into that twist. Our right arm across our lap. We open the twist to the left. Reach up tall. Remember the option to rest the hand on the thigh. Exhale back to center. Let's swap the arms, and we're going to open our twist the other direction. Inhale. Exhale back to center. We square up over the lap. We come on down into that forward fold. Press the feet down into the ground. Sweep the arms up overhead. Inhale. And then exhale. Hands come out in front. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. On our exhale, we're going to hinge forward at the hips. Give that ball away across the room. Back is engaged. Belly is pulled in tight. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Big shoulder roll. We're going to come into round 3. I'm going to face forward to join you guys again. Let's inhale, sweep thy hands up overhead. Exhale, land wide in cactus, hinge forward at the hips, open through the chest. Inhale, exhale, hands to thighs, roll the shoulders. We're moving a little bit more quickly this time. Inhale, as we exhale, come into that forward fold. Fingertips to shins, lift up into our up dog. Start to feel that mobility in the lower back. Inhale, exhale over. Right arm comes across the lap, and we open the twist to the left. Reach up tall or rest the hand on the thigh. Inhale, exhale back to center. Let's swap sides. Open that twist the other direction. Inhale, exhale back to center. Let it all go. Come down into that forward fold. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And we're going to exhale, we're going to bring the arms out in front. Big inhale here. And then as we exhale, come into our airplane. Press the arms behind us. Squeeze the shoulder blades open through the chest. Inhale, option to take the arms up overhead or out in front. And then exhale, sweep back into our seated airplane pose. Inhale, lift. And last time, exhale, hinge forward. Use the abdominals to support the spine. Inhale, come on back. Big shoulder roll. Last time through our sun salutations. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. Exhale, open wide, hinge forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale, hands to our thighs. Big shoulder roll. Inhale, exhale, come down into that forward fold. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Fingertips to shins. Lift up into our up dog. We get up there, pull those shoulders back. Inhale, exhale, halfway over, right arm comes across the lap. Let's open that twist. And I encourage you to try all different options here. Maybe rest the hand on the thigh one time, maybe reach up the other. Let's exhale back to center. Open the twist the other direction. Our knees stay facing forward and our tailbone is intact with our chair. Exhale back to center. Let it all go. We're going to press the feet into the ground. Sweep the arms up overhead. Inhale. And on our exhale, just let those arms float gently down. Big shoulder roll. That was our sun salutations. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to get on up out of our seats. Go ahead and grab a sip of water whenever you feel the need. Always taking that time to recognize when we need hydration. So we're going to go ahead and turn sideways here so that we are behind our chairs. We want to come to the back of our chair. Our feet are hip distance apart. We all tend to think our hips are a little wider than they are. So we're going to look down and make sure that those legs are falling right under the hips. We are squaring ourselves to the back of our chairs. I'm just going to scoot forward a little bit here. And then we're going to bring the meaty part of our hand to the top of that seat. We want to make sure that we have enough space to take 3 or 4 big steps back from our chair. We're going to take a big inhale, eye gaze up. And on our exhale, we're going to take those 3 or 4 big steps back. We're beginning to hinge at the hips, coming into an inverted L position. Check in with our knees. Take a second, just bend into them. Make sure that the joints stay soft. And in this position, we want our belly pulled in to support the spine. Let's take a big inhale. And on the exhale, start to lower the head in between the arms. Let's take our toes, give them a wiggle. Start to feel that stretch extend through the underside of the foot, that arch. And now we're going to plant the toes and begin to walk our dog. This is our modified down dog. So when we walk that dog, we begin bending one knee and then the other. Feel a deep stretch through the back of the knees. Check in with that belly button. Pull it in and up to make sure we're supporting our spine. If this feels good, start to roll up to the ball of one foot and then the other, alternating lifting the heels. And it's okay if our head comes up a little bit higher in this position. Just make sure that the belly is engaged and we are giving that spine all the support it needs. Let's come on back to center. Plant both feet down on the floor. We're going to inhale, press the hands into the chair, slightly lift the head. And then as we exhale, really sink into that modified down dog. Take another big inhale. And on the exhale, try and reach the fingertips to the wall in front of us and the tailbone to the wall behind us. We are creating space down the entire back of the body. Big stretch. This should feel good. One more breath. And on our exhale, we'll press the hands into the chair, bend into the knees, and slowly begin to lift the head up. Find that equilibrium, holding onto the back of our chair. And when you're ready, start to take those couple of steps back into our seats. Big shoulder roll around to the back. Our standing balance pose today is our tree pose. So we want to go ahead and take our chairs to the side so that we have access to them should we want that for balance. And we're going to go ahead and start with the leg that is closest to our chair. So the leg that's farthest away from our chair is where we're taking our weight. We're going to take our toes. We have the option of toes as a kickstand, where our toes stay resting on the ground and the heel rests against the inside of the calf. Or if you're feeling really balanced today, you can go ahead and put the entire bottom of the foot up onto the inside of that leg. You choose where you are. We want to tuck this hip under, make that sturdy trunk for our tree. And here we're going to bring one or both hands to heart center, remembering that we can always keep one hand on the chair for added stability. If both of our hands are at heart center, we are lifting the elbows and pressing the energy into the midline. Find the breath and find a spot that's not moving on the floor to hold our eye gaze. On our inhale, let's find our expression of our tree here. So maybe we grow one or both branches up to the sky. Maybe we come out into airplane arms, or maybe we present those palms forward down at our sides. Inhale, and as we exhale, let's go ahead gracefully come on out of our tree. We're going to switch sides. So you can go ahead and flip your chair to the other side if it's easy to maneuver, or you can just turn your body around, whichever is easier for you. Let's come into that tree on the other side. So again, we take the weight into the leg that's on the outside. We take those toes. We may find one side we need toes as a kickstand, the other side we are perfect without them. So again, planting those toes or putting it on the inside of the calf, actively open this knee out and tuck this hip under. Make that sturdy trunk for our tree. Bring one or both hands to heart center. We are squeezing muscles from the bottoms of our feet all the way up to the crown of that head. If we're bringing our hands to heart center, lift the elbows, feel the engagement across the chest, press the energy into the midline. On that inhale, find your favorite expression of your tree. Maybe those branches grow up overhead, maybe just one branch. Maybe we find the airplane. Wherever you are today, find that balance. One more breath. Maybe our airplane takes off a little bit here. And let's go ahead, exhale, come on back out of that airplane pose or our tree. We're going to come back into our seats. We are nearing the end of our practice today. So let's go ahead, find that way to our chair. Take a sip of water, maybe grab a little shawl or something to put over your shoulders if you find you'll get a little bit chilly after our work today. And let's find our final meditation. So planting our hands back in our lap, big shoulder roll around to the back. Inhale deeply, and then exhale. Let it all go. And I invite you again to just gently close your eyes. Feel that little string pulling the crown of the head up to the sky. Let our practice sink into our bodies. Sealing our lips, taking those inhales and exhales through the nose once again. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly and chest. Taking a moment to send ourselves a little gratitude. We made it here. We did the work. We gave ourselves some love. Gave ourselves a little time in our days. Breathe deeply. Feel that air washing over us. And with every exhale, feel relaxation coming into the body. Allow ourselves to get lost in the breath. Let's take one more deep breath right here. On our exhale, we'll extend our hands back down to the sides. Shine our palms forward, coming full circle. Feel that stretch through the palms and fingers. And on our inhale, let's sweep the arms up overhead, reaching up toward the sky, lifting our eye gaze. Inhale. And as we exhale, let's draw the hands to center, matching our fingertips and palms. And then we'll pull those hands down to heart center. I thank you all so much for joining us here today. The light in me recognizes the light in all of you. Namaste.